Hey, you're listening to Commander Cookout Podcast, episode 246. I'm Brando. I'm here with Ryan, and we're going to give our Modern Horizons 2 preview card. Now, hit our theme song! Hey, Ryan. We're back for yet another whirlwind adventure. How you doing?
Oh, good. What is going down?
Whole ton is going down. We have a very, very exciting bonus episode show for everybody, and we are going to start it off with our super sick Modern Horizons 2 promo card. But before we get to any of that...
Promo card? Preview card.
Preview card.
Sure. They knew what we meant.
Everybody knows what we mean.
Before we get to it,
Before we get to that, we have to thank our official business daddies, FusionGamingOnline.com. They are your source for all your gaming needs.
Oh, very much so. And you can go there, use CCO Fusion 5 promo code, get you 5% off your whole order. And you can pre-order your Modern Horizons 2 there right now. Domestic, Canadian domestic only right now. But once their singles are available, you can get singles wherever you want. And you can save some money because you're going to spend some money on this set. You might as well get a discount. And CCO Fusion 5 is going to let them know that their partnership with us is a good one. Save you some money.
Which it totally is. And you could even use it to buy this card.
Very much so. And I think that this card's good. But before we get to it, a couple more thanks. Big thank you to all the Patreon supporters over at patreon.com/CCO Podcast. You guys help us. You contribute to all of the extra content like today's bonus show, our bonus YouTube stuff, our openflippy.drinking magic videos, CCO's top 5 in 5. A lot of inspiration from the patrons comes from the Discord, which is a benefit, over to the YouTube channel, which if you're watching, you should fucking subscribe because, you know, you can get preview cards from us and a bunch of other great content.
You're already also here and you're watching, so you might as well just subscribe.
There it is. Now, oh baby, we got this card, and the date that we were told originally was the wrong day, so we had to clarify, but
we're here.
But we're here.
And I looked at it initially and I thought, oh, I felt a little bit let down at first.
Did you?
Well, because we've been getting mythic rares.
Legendary
creatures that we play in decks. And this time we got a new card, which is great.
Yep.
But it's an uncommon.
That's okay,
and
because
I was like, what the fuck, bud?
You are going to play this card.
This card is going in at least 2 decks that I own, which is awesome. And I might even try and find room for it because I really, really like Hardened Bailoff.
Hardened Bailoff. Give her a read.
Hardened Bailoff is a 4/4 for green 3. Whenever one or more +1/+1 counters is put on Hardened Bailoff, you may create a 4/4 green beast creature token. Let's continue reading the card because the flavor text is exceptionally Commander Cookout Podcast. Bailoff's social structure is simple. The biggest one's the boss.
The biggest one's the leader.
I said it way better.
So, WotC PR is like, how can Commander Cookout, what card do we give them? Look at this flavor text. The biggest one's the fucking leader. So big thanks to WotC for this preview card. We very much like it. We're going to play it.
No money exchanged hands for us to get this preview card.
Yeah, totally.
This is free.
Totally free. They wanted us to share it with everybody, and it's exciting, and we like doing it. And we even, in discussing our current arc that we're on, we even talked about rolling it into the arc of the art of deck building, where we're going to talk a lot more about this card today, Hardened Bailoff, but also green creatures in general, and maybe some deck building kind of theory as to how this card and cards like this card are utilized and fit into the format.
Speaking of art, you know what I just realized about the art on this card? This thing's so badass, it's eating a ghost.
He's eating a ghost. He's really muscly, isn't he?
Yeah, he's so muscly he can eat ghosts. But this would be a she, though, I guess, hey? Well, because it has little babies. It gets bigger and then it has babies. That's even how people do it, right?
I guess so.
Like we get, well, maybe not you and I, but like people get bigger and then a little person pops out of them.
Yes,
so this
that's exactly how it works.
And then a little beast pops out of her. So I think it's a she.
Yeah, and you know what? Big shout out to Nicholas Gregory, the artist, because this is one muscly daddy or mama.
Yeah, he's got scary teeth, which I like. He's eating a ghost, which I super like. And then he's got all of his, she's got a little family around there too. This is a great card.
Okay, very much so. Now, big apology to Joe, our editor, for all of the cards we're going to mention. There's no deck list today, but he's going to have to go and just search out a bunch of the stuff we say and plop them up on screen.
It's all so sweet, though.
Yeah,
All these cards are awesome.
very sweet. Now, the art of deck building.
Art of deck building.
That's the arc that we're in.
Yes.
It's like a 4 or 5 episode arc. Maybe it lasts a month for any of the new people who are new to Commander Cookout. This is the first time you're watching or listening.
If you would like to submit a deck for us to do, meaning a deck that you would like to maybe get spiced up, maybe it just isn't doing what you want it to do, let us know what you want it to do. Send us a list. Maybe we'll feature it on the show.
Very much so, yeah. Let's break this guy down a little bit.
Sure.
4/4 beast.
Relevant creature type?
Yeah, maybe, I guess. There are other beasts. There's enough beasts that we could do beast tribal.
Absolutely. It'd
Which
be
is
good.
which is like baseline.
Yeah, there's more beasts than scarecrows.
Yeah, you're not wrong. 4/4 beast for green 5. Now, green 5 is like a pretty prolific mana cost. Like when you look at what's some standard ones? I didn't actually write these ones down. So what's the questing beast is green 5, right?
No, he's green 2.
Oh fuck, of course he is.
Of course it is.
And what's the other one from M21 that was so powerful? Oh, what is that card?
Greater Gargaroth? Is that it? The one that like has reach and when it attacks it gets bigger or draws a card or something?
Oh man.
Is that the one?
You're thinking Greater Gargadon.
Yeah, that's not the same thing.
No, not the same thing. But my point is the mana cost has a lot of competition.
Yes.
In Commander.
Yeah, well, especially at 5 in Commander in general. Like when you're at 5, that's your confusion in the ranks.
Well, no, let's get the actual card out of the way because confusion in the ranks can fuck off. The actual card at 5 that this one wants to work with, but is also in contention with, is Doubling Season.
Oh yeah,
Doubling Season. This card says +1/+1 counter on it, and it also says token on it.
Yes, shocking. A green creature that's good with Doubling Season.
Yes.
Weird.
Caveat. This says whenever one or more +1 counters is placed on it, you get a beast.
Yes.
So if Doubling Season counters it or puts an additional, it doesn't get an extra, right?
Yeah, you get an extra token or an extra counter, but not an. How does that work? You get an extra token, but not an extra counter. There we go. We got it. We got there.
That's right, because Doubling Season says if an effect would put one or more counters on a permanent you control, it puts twice that many instead. That's a replacement effect, not a triggered ability that would make that +1 going onto it trigger twice.
Right.
It's a replacement effect. So you're getting 2 counters instead, which is one or more, so you get 1 beast.
Parallel Lives. Also good with this card at the same mana cost as Doubling Season. It doubles your beasts, not your tokens.
Doubles your beast.
But you have twins when she has a little,
Oh,
little baby.
yeah,
you
that's
have twins.
kind of cute, yeah. Hardened Scales, here's another one, and this is another one that sees play in Commander, sees play in other formats in the past, in Modern in the past, right?
Right.
Which
Hardened Scales deck was a deck.
which would behoove us to mention because this is a Modern card.
Oh, yeah.
But
Yeah.
we're treating it like it's a godsend for Commander because it goes in what we think is going to be lots of decks. Hardened Scales, if one or more +1s is put on, twice that many would be put on instead. So exactly like Doubling Season, it's a replacement effect.
No.
So just a caveat there so people aren't thinking like it goes...
Also, Hardened Scale
Crazy.
costs, like, what is it, 1 mana and, like, $8, as opposed to Doubling Season, which costs 5 mana and $50.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, so we've compared it to a couple creatures that we didn't remember the names of. Fine.
Yeah.
What else is it akin to?
Rampaging Bailoff.
Rampaging Bailoff, a 6-drop,
Yep.
landfall, 4/4.
Yeah.
This is 5-drop, +1/+1 fall,
4/4.
4/4. Close.
Very close. And initially I thought, well, it's like a shitty analog. It's like, this is a worse Rampaging
Yeah.
Bailoff. But I think...
In landfall decks, you're right.
In the deck that I play Rampaging Bailoffs in, of course this is worse.
Mm-hmm.
But not every deck, it turns out, is a landfall deck.
Despite what it seems like sometimes, right? Now, I think that landfall decks have an aura about them. So do +1/+1 decks, but +1/+1 decks want to... Sometimes they want a +1 way harder or way taller than land decks want to.
Sure.
And you might just get away with having +1/+1 sub-theme or synergies in your deck where this Herd Bailoff could fit in and be a lot more under the radar than a Rampaging Bailoff in a dedicated, like, get 40 lands in one turn deck, right?
Yes.
So That's good.
I think it's pretty good. Yeah, you could play this I just thought of this now, where this would go really cool and be real subtly super sweet, is in an Ajani tribal Celestia deck. Because lots of Ajanis put +1/+1 counters on stuff.
Yes.
Plus you're playing white, and lots of white things will put +1/+1 counters on things.
Yeah, I actually like that. And my commander suggestions when we get there aren't going to include any white inclusive commanders, I don't think. But good suggestion. I also like in that deck or with this card, a card called Forgotten Ancient.
Oh, yeah, Elemental. It's the whatever for 4, I think.
Yeah.
And
it's a 3/3, I think, for 4.
And it gets counters, and then at the beginning of your upkeep, you can move counters from it onto other creatures you control, so you can get a beast.
It's a 0/3 for 4. Yeah, there it is. Whenever a player casts a spell, you may put a +1 counter on Forgotten Ancient. At the beginning of your upkeep, remove any counters from Forgotten Ancient, put them on other stuff.
Is there any way to make that ability go on to Herd Bailoff? Because that'd be fucking cool.
Oh.
Can we turn that into... I don't think so.
It's like mutate, but you're doing 2 creatures that don't have mutate.
Yeah, I want that to happen.
I was thinking of like the Mimeoplasm where it gains the ability of 1 card or something.
But then it only has the ability of the 1 card.
Yeah. Well, I do have a little bit of a multi-card combo when we get to the commanders.
Sick.
I got one more guy that this sort of feels akin to.
Sure.
And that's Avenger of Zendikar.
Oh, yeah.
In that you're going to play lands anyways with Avenger at 7 mana, remember, versus Herd Bailoff at 5. In the deck that Herd Bailoff goes into, you're already doing +1 counters. You're already doing that.
Yes.
Or else why would you play this card?
Right.
So you're already doing it. You might as well get 4/4 beasts for doing it.
Agreed.
Right? Like, this gives us the option to take something out of our deck that just says, oh, we get lots of +1s. But now we get lots of +1s. Here's extra stuff for essentially no additional cost.
And with Avenger of Zendikar, you know what we could do? We could find a way of turning this thing into a plant, and then it gets the +1/+1 counter from the Landfall.
There you go.
Yeah.
So we're playing it in Landfall Beast deck. This is like a Jungle Book or George of the Jungle. Brando of the Jungle.
Ooh,
Tarzan.
There it is. Now we're talking.
Guaranteed Joe's going to have a Disney's Tarzan picture on the screen.
Yeah. That's why I have the chin fuzz, because it makes me look slightly less like that cartoon.
Oh, yeah. That's why I don't spike my hair up and I don't look like I'm in grade 6 anymore, because I would look like the 2006 Tintin.
Yeah, Tintin and Tarzan. That's...
Yeah, CCO kind of rolled off the tongue. It's just a little bit better than Tintin and Tarzan, but it sure fucking sounds good now, doesn't it?
TTO. We did it.
Oh, we did it.
We did it.
Oh, man. I like those boys at TTO, though. Not like those guys at DDO. Fucking bastards. Oh, man.
I like it.
That was amazing.
I'm happy that happened.
That was super good. How come we never? It's been like 4 years. How come we never thought?
How have we never thought of that before?
Because the Tintin and Tarzan joke has been a thing. Like when we go to the bar all the time.
Yeah, that's
Well,
real life.
Not all the time. Remember when we went to the bar last? It's like Back to the Future 3 is like 1880.
We had to ride our horses up and tie them to a stick, and then we...
Yeah. Okay, Herd Bailoff. Herd Bailoff.
Yes.
Preview card. Commandies. I've got a bunch. You got a bunch. We didn't discuss beforehand other than like Atraxa.
Yeah, because obviously Atraxa is going to
Proliferate, get a beast,
yeah,
right?
Pretty cool.
Fucking powerful, because Atraxa is a win condition, 4/4 with lifelink. Might as well have a bunch of 4/4s that can block on the ground that I'm going to get more of every turn.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
No harm in that at all.
And if you're playing something like, what's the Llanowar Reborn, which is a land that grafts a +1/+1 counter onto Herd Bailoff.
Yeah.
You don't even need to add anything into your Atraxa deck. You need to do nothing and just play your Herd Bailoff on turn 4 or 5 with Llanowar Reborn, and then play Atraxa. Boop. Or have Atraxa in play because she costs less than Herd Bailoff.
Yeah.
It's pretty easy.
Easy mode.
I
like easy mode.
But synergistic, and it slots right in. That's why we say this card might see some play in Commandy.
It's not complicated, but it is good.
Yeah, so who's your first one? Who do you got?
My first one is this one blows my mind.
Okay.
Because not only did they give us...
I'm ready to have my mind hole blown.
They gave us a card that's an instant staple in a powerful commander deck, Ryan.
What is it?
I forgot the damn name.
Well, read your note.
Mazarek.
Crawl Death Priest?
Crawl Death Priest. Because if you have it and a sack outlet, it just goes infinite.
Oh!
all by itself.
Oh, F.U. Evan's going to love this.
Yeah, you sack anything. You get a +1/+1 counter on your whole team, get a beast, sack the beast, put a +1/+1 counter on your whole team, sack the beast, get a whole
You could make infinite mana with Ashnod's Altar or Phyrexian Altar.
Yep.
You could make infinite scries with the scry guy.
With Viscera Seer.
Yes. You could make infinite bigliness with like a Nantuko Husk or like one of the Saka dude get a +2/+2 until end of turn.
You could instantly win the game with any Aristocrats card.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and those cards that we just suggested all go in Mazarek already.
Yeah. Like this is
It goes right in there.
I hate to say anything is an auto include, but we actually got like a card that's not designed for it, but it goes so good into a fucking big time.
We just became those content creators that say this is an auto include in this deck.
Yeah. But we can say that because it's our preview card.
Oh yeah.
We have to be proud of it. We have to show how cool our card is. And that's a thing. You don't have to play it, but you fucking should.
Yep.
And then if you see us at a Magic Fest the next couple of years, which you will, we'll sign it for you.
Yep. Okay, I got one.
Hit me.
I got this one. Okay. Kodama of the East Tree. Whenever a permanent enters the battlefield, if it wasn't put onto the battlefield with this ability, you can put a thing from your hand with same or less converted mana cost onto the battlefield.
Okay.
So you do in an Obun deck. Remember, Obun is the Naya 3/3 landfall. Whenever a land enters a battlefield under your control, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature.
Oh yeah.
Right? So you landfall, put a +1 counter on your Herd Bailoff. The token comes into play, and then you can take a land card from your hand with Kodama and put that onto the battlefield, putting another +1 on your Herd Bailoff, right? And if you had something like whenever a +1 or whenever you play a land, I know it's not play a land, but the first one is play a land with landfall, right?
And Horn of Greed drawn cards. But yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yes. So it creates loops like that. We both identified one. Yours is obviously far more powerful than mine, right? But and big surprise you combo with the cards we mentioned.
Yeah.
On your suggestion, big surprise you combo with Kodama of the East Tree on my suggestion.
Shocking, right? Yeah.
So what's your next one?
What about Addressnev?
Addressnev?
That's a brand new one from Commander 2021.
Okay.
Or maybe Strixhaven. I forget which damn set any of these fucking cards are from. But the point is, it's a parallel lives on a creature. So it's Simic. So you're going to be doing Simic things, which is lots of +1/+1 counters already. And then it's just going to double the benefit that you get from your Herd Bailoff.
Yeah, Addressnev, if one or more tokens would be created, you create that many. You create twice that many.
Yeah. So you double your
parallel lives and doubling season. Addressnev, Herd Bailoff, put a +1/+1 counter on something and get like
8 guys.
Okay, yeah.
I want to make that deck now.
Yeah,
I can.
So you had a Simic commander on your list, did you? Yeah. I think I had some too.
Was one of them Addressnev?
No, it wasn't.
Oh my god.
Mine was Experiment Kraj, which just says
I thought about him too.
Fucking tap. Put a +1 on something. That's pretty base level. But you +1 on your guy, so it becomes a 5/5. Then you get a 4/4, right?
Let me take that to the next fucking level.
Okay.
Intruder Alarm.
Intruder Alarm.
That's the next level.
Yes, because
we've done it again.
You get your token 4/4. It'll untap your Kraj. You can tap to put another +1 on your Herd Bailoff.
Yeah.
You're your Herd Bailoff. You're turd bailing.
Wait, did we just use another card to break Intruder Alarm, Ryan?
Did we just yes we did. Did we just dunk on our preview card as soon as WotC gave it to us?
Yes.
Yes, we did.
Have we done that 3 times in a row?
More or less.
Yes, we have.
Welcome to the nation. I don't know why they keep giving us these. Who's up? Me or you?
Toothy and Pier.
Toothy and Pier.
That was the other more toothy or more Pier than toothy. But it's just a on theme one.
Yep.
And I also thought, just kind of as an on theme suggestion, I can't remember the names of them, but I call them Kyla and the Hyena from last year's.
Yes.
The partner pair. There's a hyena and a girl. They're both very much +1/+1 focused, as is most Abzan kind of decks. There's lots of +1/+1s floating around in there. So this again is a great fit for that deck.
Yeah, you know what? I'm just looking at a bunch of Simic commanders, and some of my suggestions were just random things that had +1/+1 counter in their text box. Things like Azuri Claw of Progress. At the beginning of combat on your turn, you put X +1s on another target creature you control, where X is the number of experience counters Azuri gave you, right? So there's the one. Every upkeep, you get just an extra 4/4 for doing what you're already doing. What about Vorel of the Hullclad? Double the number of each kind of counter on target creature or land or artifact.
Yeah.
Sure. What about Rolesk Apex Hybrid? ETBs, you put 2+1s. When it dies, you proliferate. So whether it's going in or out, aka with bouncing, or sacrificing and then getting it back.
It's doing the old in-out.
In and out, in and out. It is pumping and dumping.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So there's so many things. Eutropia, the twice favored.
What the fuck?
Whenever
now you're just reading EDH rec.
Yes. Well, whenever an enchantment enters the battlefield under your control, target creature gets a +1/+1 counter. So you could play you could put this in your Simic Enchantress deck.
Wow.
There's all kinds of places for this guy to
The
go.
sky is the limit.
Yes.
This guy is the limit. He's not even a guy.
He's a mom.
It's definitely a lady.
It's a mom. So let's keep. Did you have any other Commandies? He's looking at his sheet.
I'm looking at my sheet. I think I've gone over. Oh, Kazur.
What is Kazur?
Kazur Relentless Stalker. Another one from Ikoria.
Okay.
Gives your creatures vampire. Whenever it hits an opponent, you get a +1/+1 counter on it.
Okay.
So you swing in with your Herd Bailoff, and then you
Get a +1 on it.
Yeah. And then you get a bigger Bailoff and a beast.
Every turn.
Yeah.
That's just value turn over turn.
Yeah. And
Okay.
I think that's the one that partners with the blue-black shade cat thing.
Oh, the Nightmare Wolf, the Whale Wolf?
Yes.
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 Oh, they'll be on the screen. They'll be on the screen.
I put the Whale Wolf out of my mind because the guy was the one that I'm thinking.
But the Whale Wolf is the better creature
Yes.
for comboing, right?
Yeah, it is.
We've
already comboed twice. We've already proven that this card is 10 out of 10, the most powerful thing being printed in Modern Horizons 2, right?
Oh.
We've already proven that scientifically.
Yes, most likely.
Yeah.
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 Is this our most powerful preview card?
Yes.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, definitely.
I had one more. Rayhan, Last of the Abzan. When it dies, you can redistribute +1 counters.
Yeah, there's the Abzan thing, right?
Yeah, and it's got partner, so you can pair it with any other color that you want.
I'm trying to think of what I'd pair it with.
Well, moving on to my... Rayhan is black and green already, and that leads right into my next suggestion, which is Mother Ass, Unspeakable Symbol.
Oh, yeah, baby.
Enchantment, you pay 3 life. You put a +1/+1 counter on target creature. You just pay all the life. Because you know I like paying all the life.
I do know
Fucking
that.
straight down to 1. I'll pay 39 and I'll just make 13 beasts. And then Crater Hoof or something and just clean house.
Yeah, or Overrun or...
Triumph of the Hordes.
Any of the green things
Yeah,
that make
yeah,
your Alpha Strike lethal.
We're not being original when we say that, but I do like pay life, get +1 counter.
And anything that makes Unspeakable Symbol get played more is something I can get behind.
Yeah, and you know what? I think people forget about that card because, the foils are only a few bucks, and that card, it just says pay life, do something. That's good in Commander because we got so much dang life.
Yeah.
So
It's a very good card.
that's pretty cool. And then there's some little piddly stuff.
What about that ring? I forget what set it's even from, but there's those rings that equipped onto things, and if it's green at the beginning of your upkeep, you get a +1/+1
Oh
counter on
yeah,
it.
that's from M14. The ring of cycle.
It'd get the Herd Bailoff to be bigger and give it trample, which is pretty cool. So you get a beast and a thing just for hanging out.
Yeah, Ring of Evos Isle. It equips for 1. It costs 2, and this is a really budget one. I like this one. Equip creature gains hexproof until end of turn, so it kind of protect.
Sure.
Right? And at the beginning of your upkeep, if put a +1/+1 counter on equip creature if it's blue. Oh, that's the blue one. What the fuck?
Yeah, you want the green one.
Which one's the green one?
The green one.
Right there it is. Enchanted creature has trample, or equipped creature has trample.
Yeah.
That's Ring of Colonia. Oh, that makes more sense. Colonia. Yeah. Colonian Hydra. It's the big green guy.
Yeah, colon.
Yes.
Ring of colon.
And
no.
No.
Yeah, that sphincter.
Sphincter ring.
Not just sphincter.
Rincter.
Yeah, we
got there.
We got there.
Yeah,
We did it.
at the beginning of your upkeep, put a +1/+1 counter on a creature if it's green.
Neat.
Yeah. That's just incidental, right? Like the couple last ones that I had that were incidental is Inspiring Call. It's put a +1/+1 counter on enchant or target creature, and you draw a card. And also I had Snakeskin Veil. Target creature gains hexproof, and you put a +1 counter on it. What did you just think of?
Okay. A Johnny Tribal.
Okay.
Green-white.
Sure.
What white card could we put in with this card that just immediately wins us the game? Cathar's Crusade,
yes,
baby.
Yes. Cathar's Crusade, because you get a dude.
And then you get a counter.
All your other
dudes.
dudes.
Gets a dude, gets a counter, gets a dude, gets a counter, gets a dude, gets a counter, gets a dude, gets a counter. This card is a combo engine. This thing.
It's a combo engine.
I thought that it was just a less good Rampaging Bailoff. It turns out it's just a harder working intruder alarm.
It's just fucking, it just lifts more. Obviously it lifts. It's fucking thick. Guy eats protein shakes for every meal.
Oh man, what is green, blue, white? Because that's the deck this is
That's
going
Bant.
with. I'm doing Bant.
I've
never built Bant in my life. I'm going to now.
Bant beat your ass with combo? Bant beat your ass?
Bant beast beating. There it is.
This is the BBB podcast. Oh man, so that's
Brando's Bant beast beating. Fuck yeah.
Wait, I got it. Brando's Bant Beast Beating and Bitch Slapping Emporium. Come on down. We have a sale. Lip slaps and dink stops. 50% off all weekend. Oh, man. That is good stuff.
That is fantastic. Wow.
Yes.
We just keep breaking the card more and more as we talk about it.
Yes, we're breaking it with bitch slaps and dink stomps. And
so if you're still here, this is a good-ass card.
Yes.
Turns out.
Yes. I very much like this. Now,
you know what else it's good with? I have this written down on my notes.
what was it?
Vigor.
Vigor. Whenever a creature's dealt damage, you prevent that damage, put that many +1s on it.
Yep.
It's one or more, but you put this with Vigor in a Gruul deck or a Golgari deck with Pyrohemia or Pestilence.
Yeah.
And you can go infinite because you can...
We're going infinite again.
You can go infinite with make a dude. You sack the dude to get a mana from your Phyrexian Altar, and you get a mana, and you do it again, do it again, do it again, do it again. And if you have, like, if you're in green, and you fucking are, you just play it with a Soul Warden, or no, an Essence Warden is the green one?
Essence Warden is the green one.
Or an Aristocrat, right?
Aristocrat.
That would work, right?
Jesus.
So, yeah, this guy goes 6 ways from Sunday, every way infinite.
He's pretty good.
Cool. Part of my notes and part of how we were gonna fit it in was, where does it fit into the format? How does this
top echelon most combo decks of all time? Are you kidding me? We just proved that.
I know. I was like, man, we're 27 minutes in and it's like, oh, I guess we've already covered it.
Yeah, we've already talked about how combo-tastic it is.
Do we need to pay any heed? Like, we didn't get any other versions of the card, right? And it's an uncommon, so there's probably not going to be an extended art. There's not going to be a foil showcase etch, nothing that we need to talk about.
Unfortunate.
Which is fine.
Yeah, I'm not the most cool with it because I would like to get a super pimp version of my preview card.
Yeah,
but
that you're going to play in decks.
Yeah, then I'm going to put in a bunch of decks. But hey, I'll take a foil one.
You take a foil one for sure. Do we need to worry about it being inexpensive uncommon? I don't think so.
I don't
think so. It's not widely adoptable enough in powered formats or any bigger. I know Commander's a big format, but like, it's not going to see play in Modern, is it? Is Hardened Scales still a deck? Does this go in it? I don't know.
I don't even know. Yeah,
it can't get played in Standard.
Right.
There's no Legacy deck for this.
No.
So this is a Commander card.
Yeah.
So this is Modern Horizon Commander 2.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. Commander Horizon.
So 2. What do you think a foil of this costs? $1?
Maybe 2.
Maybe 2?
Maybe 2. I think that it's going to find...
This might be a 99-cent
This
uncommon.
is going to be one of those cards that's probably going to pop up in enough decks just because of the reasons that we've talked about.
Yep.
That it's just going to be a really good include in decks that want to abuse +1/+1 counters, of which there are lots. So I can see it being played in a lot of places. So I could see it being a few bucks.
Yeah, well, let me hit you with this one. Avenger of Zendikar, despite all of its reprints, is between 11 and 15 Canadian dollars.
Good God.
Yes. Let me hit you with this one. Rampaging Bailoff, another card that this is similar to, is 79 cents to $1.
Yeah. What about Scoot
Right?
Swarm? What about Scoot Swarm?
Now,
That's my other one.
Foils of Rampaging Bailoff, $2. So we're probably on the same price kind of echelon.
I agree. I gotta do Scoot Swarm because that's the other card that this reminds me of. I
Yeah.
love Scoot Swarm. It's not nearly as good as Scoot Swarm, unfortunately, but it's.
And people talk about Scoot Swarm like left, right, and center for combos and going infinite and going exponential like all the time, right?
Yeah, man.
You broke Arena with Scoot Swarm
I
one
did.
time, right?
That was my.
You
favorite
can only
thing.
make 200 tokens now or whatever. They made that rule because of Scoot Swarm, right?
You're welcome.
Scoot Swarm, maybe because standard. Is it in standard?
I don't know if it's standard or not.
I don't know. It's about $5, $4 to $5, and foils or showcases are like $5 to $8.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna hit Scoot Swarm level. With
I
this
don't
thing,
think
but
we will either. But this like I mean, we've demonstrated several times that this is a combo house.
Yes.
At 5 mana, it does compete, but I think it'll slot nicely into the format, into the decks that already do +1 things or token things or fucking both, as we say, right?
Yes.
Because this does do both.
Fucking both.
Yeah. And don't forget CCO Fusion 5 to pick up these from FusionGamingOnline.com when Modern Horizons launches. Oh, man. Do you remember the day?
No.
June something, right?
Is it early June, late June? Ryan will look it up while we're on video because we're a professional.
Yeah, that's it.
Podcasting professionals.
Ships Friday, June 18.
It feels like it's so far away.
I don't know.
You know,
It's less than a month. We got 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks or so of previews, and then a week of like, hey, here's the set, and then it's out.
I think I'm just so used to there being a release a month that I'm just, why do I have to wait so long? Even though I want to wait long because it's a premium set, premium money.
You got to save up.
So I got to get some
Yeah.
card buying money. I have pre-ordered a box. So I'm
remortgage
excited.
your house.
I'll bet you, because uncommons are actually kind of hard to get in collector boxes, I'll bet you I don't even open one of these. You know?
Well, I'll probably order a regular box for doing altars.
Sick.
Yeah. And if I get a foil one, I'll put in a good word with HR.
Okay, all right. I guess that's fine.
Yeah.
I guess that's okay. And if not, I guess I can go to FusionGamingOnline.com, use CCO Fusion 5
There it
special
is.
promo code, save 5% off, support the show. Let them know that their partnership with us is a good one. Thank you very much for being here for our bonus show, our preview card.
Yep.
I hope that you guys enjoy this as much as we do. If you can think of another way to break the son of a bitch wide open,
you
let us know.
find a spot that fits into your decks and give us your thoughts. If you're a patron on the Patreon Discord, there is the new card preview channel. Tell us where it fits there. If you're brewing decks that would include this, we've got multiple deck brewing channels. Of course, all benefits to becoming a patron over at patreon.com/CCO Podcast. You can join the nation and let us know what you think. Any other final thoughts of the day?
Absolutely. We're also doing the arc of the art of deck building. And if you need any kind of deck building help from us or the members of the nation, you can submit them to us at commandercookout@gmail.com or on Discord. And we're going to be back next week with a super exciting episode of that on the next episode of Commander Cookout Podcast.
Look at people are actually watching it.
Hit our theme song! Ooh.